I am a 50-year-old, uneducated, white, working-class man. And because of those attributes, today's society considers me to be a pariah. You see, according to every narrative I am fed by our political leaders, the educational authorities, the police, the courts, and the media, I am the villain. I am the type of person they love to hate. The scapegoat when things go wrong. So why am I a modern-day pariah? Well, let's start with the politicians. They have this grand plan, don't they? If they can pin all their failures on us, they can distract you from their own mistakes. It strikes me that Keir Starmer called us all far-right bigoted thugs for the sin of asking questions, for daring to speak out about our worries, our lives, our country, and Starmer's failures. You see, to Starmer, the World Economic Forum's stooge and his fellow sycophants, we're just the backdrop to their grand political theatre, the silent, faceless mass they can dismiss with a sneer. They've painted us with the broad brush of extremism because we don't fit neatly into their narrative of progress and inclusivity, where only certain voices are heard. We're the white working class, the ones who've seen our jobs disappear, our communities crumble. And now, when we raise our voices about immigration, about jobs, about terrorism, about the very identity of our nation, we are demonized. They've turned our legitimate concerns into a caricature of hate, as if questioning policy is tantamount to bigotry. It's easier for them, isn't it? To lump us in with the real criminals, to dismiss our fears as the rantings of the ignorant, rather than to listen, to understand that our way of life feels like it's slipping through our fingers like sand. Then there's the education sector. They've got their fancy degrees and look down their noses at us. We didn't go to university, so we must be unintelligent, right? They think we're too dense to see through their sanctimonious talk about diversity and inclusion, which somehow never includes us. The police, oh, they've got quotas to meet. And who better to arrest than someone who's already hated by the people running the country? It's easier than chasing after real criminals, isn't it? Plus, they get to look like they're doing something about hate crimes by arresting us for questioning the very narrative they're supposed to uphold. The courts aren't much better. They've got this new game where questioning the mainstream narrative can land you in jail. Speak your mind. That's hate speech now. Hold up a placard calling our rulers corrupt. You will be jailed. You're more likely to get a stern talking to if you rob a bank than if you question the sanctity of their precious narrative. And the mainstream media. They're just happy to have someone to point the camera at. We're the juicy headline, the easy target. If there's no news, they'll make news, and we're the low-hanging fruit. The white English man is the new bogeyman. But here's the kicker. Why should we embrace being labelled as outcasts? Well, I now welcome being labelled as a pariah. There is a certain liberation in it. When you're already at the bottom, you've got nowhere to fall. You're free from the expectations of a society that's forgotten you or hates you. I, for one, am wearing that label like a badge of honour. It means I'm not part of their game. I am not buying what they're selling. I am now through the smoke and mirrors of their so-called progress. I am embracing being called a pariah, because in a weird, twisted way, it gives me a voice. A loud, clear, unapologetic voice. I chose to speak truths where others are muzzled by fear or conformity. We're the ones who keep the old values alive, the ones who remember what community really means, not the sanitized version they teach in schools now. So here I am, a pariah. If being an outcast means I'm free from their hypocrisy, then sign me up for a lifetime membership.